Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 24th. Here is what we're working on. Canadian flights to and from Puerto Vallarta are restarting after they were canceled due to widespread violence in Mexico.
Today marks 4 years since the beginning of the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
I think get a home-cooked meal. We've been on the road for a long time. Italy's amazing, but there's nothing quite like being at home.
And Canada's Olympic athletes begin returning home after the Winter Olympics. I don't know. Renata Fast and Company might be thinking the weather was much nicer in Italy, coming back to freezing cold temperatures here in Canada.
Very, very cold this morning, Brian.
Is it ever? The shoulders are creeping up here. Oh, my goodness.
Even with your heated vest on today.
Yeah, even my heated vest, oh, my goodness. Yeah, the temperature at the moment, we're sitting at -12, but we have a wind chill of -19. And the Hamilton Medical Officer of Health did, in fact, issue an extreme cold weather alert because that wind chill was down around -20, and that's where we're sitting, as I said, right now. And today is going to be, it's going to be a cold day, -5 with a wind chill of -12, so that's well below seasonal. At least we'll see some sunshine for the day today, so we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, so a fairly sunny day. The winds will pick up a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be cold. And then we have some snow in the forecast for overnight tonight. It'll become cloudy, and then we'll get snow, blowing snow, maybe about 5 centimeters of snow overnight into a little bit milder day for tomorrow. So I'll explain all the details on that coming up in a few minutes. The traffic check this morning, as usual, this time nothing happening. 403 and Waterdown Road. That's one of our exclusive cameras doing okay there. To some MTOs, just give you a few. Mellon Road, Stony Creek is doing fine as usual this time of the morning. Even that's I just looked at that just like a minute ago or so. It's gone. Here's the QEW east of 4th. So really nothing happening this morning, and I'll try to get that camera back. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. Canadian Airlines are restarting service to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico this morning after suspending flights to the region due to widespread violence. Simone Gavros joins us live at Toronto Pearson Airport with the latest. Good morning, Simone.
Good morning, Rick. Flights with Porter, Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet have all restarted as of this morning after they were canceled because of the violence that erupted in Puerto Vallarta over the weekend. Now, Flair Airlines has yet to restart just yet, but there is at least 3 flights that are leaving from Toronto today to Puerto Vallarta after they were canceled. And we're going to be speaking to passengers later this morning to get more reaction as they are going to be heading to Mexico this morning. Now, yesterday, Global Affairs did update on the number of Canadians that were currently in Mexico. That number is sitting at 26,000 people. Federal Affairs Minister Anita Anand urged all Canadians in Mexico to register with Global Affairs and insisted that
Okay, we've got some audio problems there with Simone at the airport, but as soon as we get them fixed, we'll get back to her. Meantime, a 28-year-old man has been taken to hospital after a shooting on Stony Creek Mountain. Shots were fired around 8:30 last night outside a home near Highgate Drive and Upper Centennial Parkway. The man who was shot is expected to survive. Hamilton police believe a dark-colored car was involved in the shooting. It was seen driving east on Highgate Drive, then south on Upper Centennial.
A Burlington jewelry store has been hit again in a smash-and-grab robbery. Halton police say last Friday, 4 suspects broke display cases with hammers at Charm Diamond Centers in Mapleview Mall. They took off in a waiting vehicle. That same store at Mapleview was hit a little more than a year ago in a similar style robbery. This cell phone video is from that robbery, showing 3 masked suspects running from the store after breaking the display cases.
Community leaders in Hamilton are condemning a rally held by white supremacists at Hamilton City Hall over the weekend. A photo published by the Hamilton Spectator shows a group of people dressed all in black with face coverings holding a banner in front of Hamilton City Hall giving an offensive salute. Police say it happened Sunday afternoon. It lasted no longer than 15 minutes before the group dispersed before police got there. The group has been identified as a white supremacist organization. Police say there are no reports of criminal activity related to that gathering, but Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath has blasted it as a blatant act of hate.
What we continue to do is stand up with a strong voice of solidarity and making sure that the community knows that we are in it together. That we are a city that believes in the strength of togetherness, and that when things like this happen, that we will speak out. That I, as mayor, will speak out with a strong voice against this kind of activity. It has no place in our city, at City Hall, in Gore Park, downtown. It has no place anywhere.
The Hamilton Anti-Racism Resource Center says we need to ensure that police and elected leaders pay close attention to increasingly planned and coordinated demonstrations by a white supremacist group in Hamilton. The executive director, Lyndon George, goes on to say that the banner the group held appears to focus on the recent release of the Epstein files, and that extremist groups often weaponize scandals like this to, quote, intensify social conflict and sow distrust in institution. This isn't the first time that group has held unsanctioned protests in Hamilton. Similar rallies took place in Hamilton's Gore Park and in front of Jackson Square in the past couple of years. BC's Premier David Eby says OpenAI has to explain why it didn't alert police sooner about troubling interactions with the Tumbler Ridge shooter. He says it appears the company had flagged some worrisome interactions between the shooter and its AI chatbot months before the killings earlier this month that left 9 people dead. Federal AI Minister Evan Solomon has summoned OpenAI officials to Ottawa to explain the company's safety procedures and reporting decisions. Eby is calling for national rules requiring AI firms to report credible thefts to prevent similar tragedies. Canada's military is working with immigration officials to recruit skilled foreign personnel to fill critical shortages. Defense Chief Jenny Carnigan says the effort includes pilots who are familiar with F-35 jets and specialized naval technicians. Officials are targeting applicants from allied countries who already have advanced military training and experience. This move is part of broader efforts to strengthen Canada's defense capabilities and modernize our armed forces. Astronomers say they may have solved one of Saturn's greatest mystery, how the largest moon in that planet came to be. The huge, mysterious moon is named Titan. After analyzing data from a number of sources, researchers have come up with a theory that about 500 million years ago, a lost moon collided with Titan and became part of Titan. The collision could also have led to the formation of Saturn's rings hundreds of millions of years later. The theory is being tested using NASA's Dragonfly. It's a nuclear-powered rotorcraft about the size of a car that will fly over Titan's surface and land in different spots to collect and analyze samples.
Sportsline, Canadians who competed at the Winter Olympics in Italy are returning home to much fanfare. Four-man bobsledder Keaton Brugling from St. Catharines made his Olympic debut in Milan Cortina and says the experience was amazing.
I'd say just the unbelievable amount of support that we had from strangers to just everyone around the city, the amount of Canadians walking around, the amount of people holding flags up and just wishing us good luck, and just, yeah, I'm extremely grateful for all of that.
A 27-year-old who also plays for the Hamilton Tiger Cats finished 14th in his event. Silver medal-winning hockey star Renata Fast of Burlington is also glad to be back on home soil.
I think get a home-cooked meal. We've been on the road for a long time. Italy's amazing, but there's nothing quite like being at home.
CBC says its most watched event was the men's gold medal hockey game, which attracted 8.7 million viewers. In the United States, NBC says the Milan Cortina Olympics were the most watched winter games since 2014. The gold medal winning U.S. women's hockey team has politely declined an invitation from President Donald Trump to attend tonight's State of the Union address. In a statement, the team says it was sincerely grateful for the invitation, but would be unable to attend due to the timing. Trump also invited the U.S. men's gold medal winning team. Scheduling will be a challenge as the NHL schedule resumes with 5 games tomorrow night. The PWHL resumes on Thursday. Still at the Olympics, American skier Lindsey Vonn says she nearly lost her left leg following a scary crash at the Winter Games. 41-year-old Vonn says her crash on February 8th caused compartment syndrome in her left leg. The condition traps swelling and blood in the muscle, cuts off blood flow, and can cause permanent damage. Vonn credits her surgeon for saving her leg. She also broke her right ankle in the crash and is currently in a wheelchair. The Ontario Hockey League's Brantford Bulldogs have announced the creation of a Hall of Fame, and the team's inaugural inductee is original owner Michael Anlauer. He owned the AHL Bulldogs starting in 2003 and the OHL version starting in 2015 before selling the team to Edmonton Oilers forward Zach Hyman last year. Anlauer will be officially inducted this Friday night at 7 o'clock when the Dogs host the Oshawa Generals. The Canadian men's basketball team will play 2 games at Hamilton's TD Coliseum this summer. Canada will host Puerto Rico on July 3rd and Jamaica on July 4th as part of the 2027 FIBA World Cup Americas qualifiers. Tickets start at $25. They go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Newcomer Kazuma Okamoto hit his first home run of spring training for the Blue Jays. The Japanese infielder slugged a 2-run blast to center field in the bottom of the second inning to open the scoring. Jose Barrios made his first start of the spring. He threw 2 2/3 innings. He allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, recorded a couple of strikeouts, and a walk on 30 pitches. The Mets, who did not use former Blue Jay shortstop Bo Bichette in the game, scored 4 unanswered runs and beat Toronto 4-3. The Jays play the Yankees this afternoon. Now, 2026 will also mark the first time that Major League Baseball will use the new automated ball strike challenge system in regular season games. It was used in last year's All-Star game for the first time. It allows players to appeal a call from the home plate umpire without help from the dugout or other players. Blue Jays manager John Schneider says Alejandro Kirk and Davis Schneider will have the green light to use it, while guys like George Springer and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. probably have a yellow.
Okay, it's coming up on 12 minutes after 6 o'clock. What do we got here? 24th morning of February. It's Tuesday, and we've got pretty well light volume on the road so far this morning, so nothing to see there. 403 around Waterdown Road. Our exclusive camera's doing fine. If we start in St. Catharines and then come around the rest of the horseshoe, we'll show you what's happening here at the QEW. Here's the QEW. There it is, QEW in the 405. Nothing there. Midland Road, Stony Creek still looks good. Here's the camera just east of Brant Street, so you're looking at Toronto-bound lanes heading away from us on that shot. Royal Windsor Drive heading to the Ford plant, nothing there. Same with Dixie Road as you go through Mississauga. It's all pretty well light so far this morning. Road conditions are pretty good today. They're bare and dry. All right, temperatures this morning are not so good. It's a lot. Yesterday we were -2 at this time. Well, look at that, -12 degrees. The winds are west at 16. That gives us a wind chill now of -20. So that's why we have the cold weather alert issued by the city of Hamilton, because when the wind chills get down around -20, ooh, that's dangerous. So for school today, we're going to see some sunshine. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be cold, though. That's below seasonal. -5 will be the high. Wind chill about -12. So, yeah, it's going to feel cold. Those are some snow squalls coming off, well, one off Lake Huron going through London, as you can see there, into Park Hill. Also coming off of Lake Ontario into the western New York, into Buffalo getting hit once again. We are going to get a little bit of snow tonight. Look at that frontal boundary approaching. So there's that little area of blue, and that could be about 5 centimeters of snow throughout the overnight hours. So you'll wake up tomorrow with a bit of snow, but not today. Today we'll see some sun. Temperatures below seasonal, -4, 5, and 6 for the horseshoe. Chillier for Guelph and Kitchener, but yeah, mix of sun and clouds generally. Tonight, here comes that snow and blowing snow. Temperature -6 to -7, so not quite as cold tonight, but there's that 5 centimeters of snow. And then tomorrow, we're going to see some lingering flurries, but it will be milder, anywhere from 0 to 1 to 2 degrees, depending on where you are, and of course a little bit chillier for Guelph and Kitchener. But as you step out the door, 24th morning of February, the sky is mainly clear at the moment. The winds are fairly light, but the temperature, -12, wind chill -20. And we'll check the long-range forecast coming up. Annette, right.
Thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily. She'll have a preview of what's coming up in chit-chat this morning. And in business news, Canada's food processing infrastructure is in need of a revamp. We'll take a closer look after the break. 6:16 on your Tuesday morning. Let's say good morning to Emily. What's coming up in chit-chat?
Hi, good morning. Legendary sketch show SCTV. It's making a Canadian comeback.
I am so happy about this.
Yes, let's go.
It's going to be great. Emily in Paris star Lily Collins is set to play Audrey Hepburn in a film about making the film Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, okay.
And later on this morning, Tom Hanks will play a former U.S. president and a distant relative in an upcoming biopic.
Okay, I'm a big Tom Hanks fan. Look forward to that too.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Thanks, Emily. Turning our attention to business news this morning, the dollar is down slightly, trading at 73 cents U.S. Gold is down $37 an ounce, and oil is up 13 cents, trading at $66.44 U.S. a barrel. In midday trading in Europe, London, Frankfurt, and Paris are all down slightly this hour.
Asian markets were mixed today, with Tokyo up nearly 500 points. At Monday's close, North American markets were all down, the Dow plunging more than 800 points on the day.
Food processing in Canada is facing productivity challenges. The Canadian Food Innovation Network says modernizing an outdated food manufacturing infrastructure would help. In January, food inflation climbed to 7.3% year over year, up from 6.2% a month earlier. Food prices at grocery stores rose 4.8%, down slightly from a 5% annual increase in December. The CFIN says while currency weakness and global supply interruptions also play a part in affecting prices, most food processing and manufacturing companies in Canada operate on thin margins and rely on aging equipment and manual systems.
As U.S. President Donald Trump prepares to deliver his State of the Union address tonight, there are calls from some Democrats in the U.S. to start refunding about $175 billion in tariffs. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled last Friday that the duties were collected because of an illegal set of orders made by Donald Trump. Senators from Oregon, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire have written a bill requiring U.S. Customs and Border Protection to issue refunds with interest. Now, this bill is unlikely to become law. Meanwhile, Trump is warning countries against backing away from recently negotiated trade deals, threatening to hit them with even higher duties under different trade laws if they do.
Panamanian authorities have taken control of two ports on the Panama Canal from a Hong Kong-based company. CK Hutchison, a multinational conglomerate, has objected to the takeover, which it calls unlawful, and says it raises serious risks to the operations, health, and safety of terminals. In January, the country's Supreme Court declared as unconstitutional the contract which had allowed Hutchison's subsidiary to manage the port since 1997. The Central American country has been swept up in broader tensions between Washington and Beijing, with U.S. President Donald Trump claiming, without providing evidence, last year that China effectively runs the canal.
Tesla's Cybertruck just got a price cut. The new starting price for the base model of the fully electric pickup truck is just under $60,000. That's a significant discount from the almost $80,000. Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced the discount on social media, saying it's a limited time offer that's good for 10 days. Despite the hype, sales of Tesla's Cybertruck have not met expectations since they were released in 2023. With the new starting price, the Cybertruck is now cheaper than rivals, including the Rivian R1T and Chevy's Silverado EV.
All right, quick time out. Brian's going to return with a traffic update and your 7-day weather forecast. Good morning.
6:23 is the time. Welcome to Tuesday, and we have a problem on the QEW. QEW going Toronto bound away from us. Now there's a collision right in the center of your screen, as you can see, the flashing lights. But everybody's got to kind of work around that, and then it's just jammed all the way past Etobicoke Creek, going to the West Mall and toward the 427. So a real slowdown going through here with that collision right in the center lane. Otherwise, 406 in St. Catharines, top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, east of 4th. Sheraton looks pretty good. It's just that problem around Etobicoke Creek. Well, the other problem that we do have this morning is the temperature. Temperature right now -12, wind chill of -20. It is a cold start to our morning. Nice hot cup of coffee would sure go nice. Or tea. Tea would be good. -12 for Grimsby, -13 Toronto and for Mississauga. So seasonal temperatures, we are way below seasonal to start a morning. -8 is seasonal overnight low and 0 for a seasonal daytime high. Sometimes we gain another couple of minutes of daylight. 7:04 is sunrise this morning, and we will see some sun, mix of sun and clouds. Now, the temperature could fall a little bit, as it usually does before sunrise, so we could be -13 for the first bell, and then -5 for after school, and -5 is the high for the day today, but a wind chill of -12, so it's going to be a cold day. Tonight down to -7, but tonight get a little blast of snow. We could get 5 centimeters of snow overnight, wind chill around -10 to -12, and then tomorrow 0. We'll climb a little bit better tomorrow, but we'll get some lingering flurries. -1 Thursday with flurries, cloudy skies for Friday and Saturday, +3 and +4, and then it gets colder as we get into March on Sunday. It's forecast. And Rick.
Thank you, Brian. An IKEA plush toy has sparked a resale frenzy, with some sellers now asking hundreds of dollars online.
This is the same stuffed animal that Punch, a baby monkey at a zoo in Japan, has been holding on to. Videos of the monkey and the stuffy went viral, and that led to a sellout of the plush toy at IKEA. Some eBay listings are now climbing as high as $350, far above the original IKEA price of $20 per toy. IKEA says global demand has surged and stores are working to restock. It's also donated more toys to the zoo for children who visit.
That's awesome. This is the one with the Velcro on the hands, right? And you can I think you can clasp them together?
Maybe. Oh,
yes.
Maybe that's how he's able to hold on to it.
Maybe.
What is it with IKEA and monkeys?
I don't know. They should change the logo to a monkey.
Yeah.
Well, the story's gone viral, and now these plush toys are going viral, and especially for the price, but a lot of people want to get their hands on them.
Yeah.
Wow. It might be under the Christmas tree this December. Who knows? Might be the hot toy of the season. Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.
No monkeying around.
No, not at all.
Sorry, Brian.